So I always start out with my posters, you know, the POW one and the Tide one. And like I said, you can get these for free. Teachers pay teachers. Just, you know, print them, laminate them. I have them hanging around my classroom. So what I do with the kids is I say, and it's really cute. I got some capes this year, and I would put them on during SRSD time. Well, I call it POW Tide. They don't know it's SRSD because that gets confusing for them. So it's fun to have some, if you could find like little masks at the dollar store or something, it just makes it more exciting, something to get them more invested in it. All right, friends, so today we're going to POW and Tide. And we all know for POW, the P, we're going to pull apart the prompt and pick apart our ideas. The O, we're going to organize. We'll use our organizer, and that's when our Tide will come in. Then last, we're going to write. Now, today, we're just going to work on the P. So for the kids in the class, like I said, Stallaluna, it'll probably take you about 2 weeks to go through the full cycle. So I'll go through everything that I would do with my class, but you have to just keep in mind that you're just going to do what works for your students in front of you at the time when you're doing it. So, but I usually would do the do what the first day, then we would go to the gist, and then we would move so forth like that. All right, I'm just gonna make sure that you guys can still see. All right, so we're gonna start with the do what. So friends, we just read Stallaluna. Now we're gonna do what, and then they would mimic it. Do what? Today we're going to tell why Stallaluna is special. Why Luna is special. Can you see my pencils are too light? It's good, thank you. So like I said, I like to just do the sounding out spelling with the kids because that's what they're doing. So whatever they're going to be doing is what I found the most beneficial to model for them. But then I would go back and I would type it and then project it the next day. We would review what we did, if that makes sense. So we're going to tell why Stallaluna is special. That's our do what. For me, that would be one day. You're going to read your story. You're going to go over your POW Tide posters. You're going to do your do what. Okay. Then the next day, you're going to come back to it. You're going to go over your do what again, the nice typed up one you can show the kids or project however you want to do it. Then you're going to move on to your gist. All right, friends. So today we're going to do our gist. Okay, so you can choose to model this, teachers, or you can choose at this time to pass out a gist and they can do it with you, whatever you're more comfortable with. Beginning of the year, definitely a lot of modeling. And then, you know, as you get more into it, you can make it more collaborative with them. So they can write their name. The gist will fill in. So who's the story about? The story is about Stallaluna. So this is again where I would just sound it out. And I go super slow with my kids. Like they're, you know, we're going a lot slower than that. So who's the story about? The story is about Stallaluna. What does Stallaluna do in the story? And this is a time when you're going to use a lot of collaboration with the kids. You're going to be either sitting on the carpet or they're sitting at their tables with this, but there's a lot, if you have access to a microphone in the classroom or things like that, you're really walking around the room and you're not staying in one spot. You're going to go back and write, but you're really calling on them constantly. So Stallaluna, and now we're on the what part. So what did Stallaluna do? We said that our do what is to tell why Stallaluna is special. So who's the story about? Stallaluna. What does she do? She does not give up. So you could write d, s, n, ot, g, iv, up. Now you'll have some kids, the thought of writing might really scare them. So you could just give them another option. If you don't want to try to write the words, friends, you can just make an X. She does not want to give up. She's not going to give up. And then they can just try to draw like a little bat. Does not look like a bat. I'm not really good at drawing, but you can just do it whatever way you want. All right, now when or where does this happen? When or where is this happening in the story? And then you're walking around, you're allowing them, oops, sorry. You're allowing them to, all right, someone just asked a question. Do you reread the book every day during those 2 weeks? That's a great question. So you can do however you feel like however you would with your class. What I usually do is I like to read the book the first time, like a hard copy, and then I'll show them like a video version because YouTube has so many great read alouds, so they're seeing it kind of in a different way. The first day you're really just reading, doing the do what. The next day you can either choose to reread the story itself, or you can show like a YouTube like reading corner video, but I would read it more than once, if that makes sense. Now, when and where is this happening? So it's happening in the woods, right? So eventually someone will give you that answer. So double O, woods. It's happening in the woods, and then you can write the time, you know, so then at night, at night. Now, why or how? So you're going to keep going over this. So who's the story about? It's about Stallaluna. What does Stallaluna do? She does not give up. When and where is it happening? It's happening in the woods at nighttime. And why or how? So we're telling why Stallaluna is special. Why is she special? Because she is caring. So k like cat, ing, I-N-G. So then you'll just go through your gist, right? You can choose to just model it. You can do it collaboratively, whatever works for you at the time of year that you're doing this. What I would do then is, stop the lesson, talk about it a little bit, but that would be it for the day, just the gist. Then I would go back like I showed in the Froggy slides, and I would add the words in it, but I would add a picture, because when you come back the following day to do your organizer, you're going to want to show them the gist again. So what I found helpful was every day showing them the do what and the gist, but I would show them like the nice typed out one I made with the pictures, because it gives them more of a satisfaction of that. Oh, I helped her do that, right? And you're using that positive self-talk the whole time. You know, I know that this is hard, friends, but you guys are helping me. This is hard for me too. I need your help. And just trying to give them ownership on that. Now, do you guys know a lot about color coding yet? Did you go over that yesterday? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now ID. A lot of times they have 3 IDs. So now, okay, friends. So now we're going to do our organizer today. We're going to do our tide. And you would do the hand motion. And I would bring out my poster. I would talk about my poster. I would talk about T is the topic. I is the information. D is the details. And E is the ending. What I also found helpful for my class this year was getting them little pencil boxes with the 4 different colors, with a green, a yellow, an orange, and I used red or pink, whatever you kind of had access to. So the topic of the story is Stallaluna is special. So we would do Luna. So I don't need to sit here and sound it out for you guys, but you get it. So we're telling that Stallaluna is special. And that is my topic. Now, I like to add little pictures on the side. I I just think it's really helpful in the story. So when I do these stories and I'm really focusing on getting the kids to go through each piece, I obviously go through this in my head before I'm going to teach it. And I already know what I'm looking for them. So the first I would be, she falls from a tree, right? She's falling from a tree. That's our first piece of information. Stallaluna is special. She falls from a tree. So she falls from her mom. She falls from her mom. All right, so that's first piece of information. Stallaluna is special. She falls from her mom. Oh, what does she do? Oh, she clutches onto the tiny branch. So clutches on branch. So she's clutching on branch. When I'm doing this with the kids, if I'm doing this collaboratively and I'm expecting them to write with me, I'm going to write in more like a caveman, like a jot talk style. I want to be writing more in this big kind of sentences. All right, our next piece of information about Stallaluna is Stallaluna follows Mama Bird's rules. So she's following her rules. So she follows the rules. And our next detail is she eats the bugs and she does not make faces. So I found a little picture of like her with like bugs. So she eats bugs. And the last part is she is caring. Then you would move on to the W part, which is the writing. So for this, they would have their organizer to kind of look back, or you could be projecting it. But you'll do it collaboratively with them. So you'll be doing it with them and they'll be watching you as you model it, but you'll be interacting. You'll be talking about it as a group. You'll be looking for them to give you, their opinions on what they remember from the organizer and which one they felt was more important. A lot of them will probably end up saying she falls from her mom, because I feel like a lot of them kind of take a lot from that. I don't know if they really care that she follows the rules in kindergarten and first grade. And then you'll just do the collaborative write. And then what I do is I stop, we go over it, and then the next day we color code, we draw a picture, then we stop, and then we fill out a rocket.